Dear students, in this video we are going to learn about how to convert the ER diagrams to relations, that is tables. We call the relations as tables. Okay, so to convert a ER diagram to table, we need to do 6 steps. They are: the first step is to convert the strong entity set into table. So whichever strong entities which are present in the ER diagram will be converted into tables. The second step is convert the weak entity set into tables. That also will be converted to tables. Then the third step is whatever relations which are present, that also we are going to convert that into tables. And then the fourth step is when the relation between one entity and the other entity, if it is having 1:n cardinality value, then we will see how to convert that into the tables. And then the fifth step, we will see how to convert the binary relation, that is if the relations are having cardinality value m:n. Okay, that is the fifth step. And then the final step is convert multi-valued attributes. Whichever multi-valued attributes which are present in the ER diagram will be converted to separate tables. So these are the 6 steps which are involved in converting ER diagram to relations. So ER diagrams to tables. Okay, so let us see this conversion in using an example. So yeah, so this is the example. In this example, this is the ER diagram. We have let me explain about the example. So in this example we have, this is the strong entity. Employee is the strong entity because it is represented as a single rectangle. And then we have department as the strong entity, project as the strong entity. So these are the strong entities present in this ER diagram. And then which are the weak entities? Which weak entities will be represented using double rectangle. So we have only one weak entity, that is the dependent table, which is there in the employee database. And then we have some relations. So these are the relations. So here I have 1:n relation, that is works for, and then 1:1 relation, and then m:(n) relation, and then 1:1 relation between department and project. And then we have the same table is having 1:n relation. And then we have dependence. Dependence also a weak relation. So like that, these are the relations which are present in this ER diagram. And let us see what are the attributes which are there in it. Attributes are, these are simple attributes. See, whichever is underlined, we call that as the primary attribute. Primary attribute will be converted to the primary key. So now these are the simple attributes: be, date, address, salary. But the name is a compound attribute. It consists of F name, middle name and the last name. And then we have some multi-valued attributes which is represented using double ellipse. And then we have one derived attribute. Derived attribute is represented using the dotted ellipse. So this is about the ER diagram which we are going to take, and we are going to convert this ER diagram into table. So let us see step by step. The first step. So in the first step, you have to identify what are the strong entities. In the explanation, I told you which are the strong entities. Whichever is having the solid rectangle like employee, dependent, and then we have employee dependent, and then project. These are the strong entities. So we have created, see, in employee we have this compound attribute. We'll take this all this the simple attributes only, and we will not take the name. Okay, so we in the way we have taken the name also, so that we will not take the name. So only the simple attributes will be added to the table. So employee, this entity name will become the table name, and then the attributes, which are F name, middle name, last name, so these become the attributes. And then SSN, that is the primary key, so we have underlined it. And then B date, that is also a simple attribute. Then address, that is also a simple attribute. Salary, and then sex. So these are the simple attributes we just added into the table. And then in department also similarly we have only two simple attributes are there, so that we have added. And then in project we have a name, a number, and location. So these are the attributes which we have added, and whichever is underlined, that is called the primary attribute, will be converted to the primary key. So like this we have finished the first step. Now let us move on to the second step. So in the second step we are going to convert the weak entity into the table. So which weak entity we have? We have dependent is the weak entity. This is the only weak entity which is present in our example. So in this, what all we have is, how we will be converting weak entity is, first you need to identify the weak entity, that is your double rectangle. After identifying that, we have to set the primary key. So this is dependent of employee table. So employee entity. So what we have done is, we are going to take the primary key of this table. This is the primary table. In this primary table we have the SSN. SSN is the primary key in this employee table. So this primary key will come as the primary key for dependent table also, along with the primary key of this table alone. That is the when we see leaving ESSN, if we see dependent name, sex, B date, relationship. These are the attributes which are present in the weak entity. So along with these attributes, our primary key of the primary table, this is the employee. So this also will come as a primary key. So primary key of the dependent table is a combination of the employee primary key as well as the dependent primary key. So this is how we have to form a table when we have a weak entity. Okay, so now by this we complete the second step, that is the how to convert the weak entity into tables, and then this referred as a foreign key also.